Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then step this way.
Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to episode 16 of Locked In with Drew and Wes podcast.
How's it going?
We have a lot to talk about. A lot of things have been going on in the sports world and a lot of fun things that could be coming. But with that being said, one thing that I know you missed it. You were working, you were busy. And it's kind of tough to keep up with these Team USA games because they're not here. They're at unique times because they're all over. But the exhibition stuff is going on, and they almost lost to South Sudan. Now, if you had to guess the name, I mean, you probably even couldn't guess these people, but how many NBA players do you think is on South Sudan's squad?
Maybe one.
They have two. They have two.
One or two, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They have JT Thor, and they have Wayne Gabriel.
Okay, yeah.
And it was a game where the first half, it was kind of crazy because at the half they were down. The USA was down 58-44. They were shooting like 1 of 11 from three. They could not hit a three. Like, it was terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Then they came out. So what'd you say?
That's that AD effect.
And then they came out of the half. They came out with a different lineup. They didn't have they had like a very bench lineup. It was Anthony Edwards. It was Derek White. It was I want to say it was Bam and AD. And like I don't remember the full lineup. I think and Tatum was a part of it. And they started like crawling back, and they ended the third quarter with 37 points. Their first half, they had 44 points. And so they caught fire.
Wow.
And it was crazy. They went on like a 16-0 run to end up the third quarter at 81-76.
Dang.
And then it was like, things in the fourth quarter got close. And JT Thor, with like 30 seconds left, I think it was. No, like 20 seconds left. Like, step back three to give them the lead at 100-99. And who do you think went with the ball and got us the W?
What do I think got us a W? What
the Team USA?
Can you say what position? Is that too much?
I mean, I don't know. You take a guess, and if you don't get it, I'll give you the possession. You know what I mean?
Just tell me if it's a guard or a big.
In between.
Okay. It was Anthony Edwards.
No, it was LeBron. He decided to take over, and he dribbled it up. He basically milked most of the clock, and then he just drove to the rack and finished over a dude.
Well,
it's pretty sick.
He's probably being rushed a lot more. I didn't say LeBron because usually he's just not playing at the end of the game because he's tired.
Yeah. He had a huge game though. He had like 23 and 7 and like he was for Team USA. A lot of these games, the high score for the first game was Anthony Edwards with 13. We're spreading the ball around a lot because there's so many good players on this team. Yeah. I think like game 3, Steph Curry had like 24, but besides that, like most of the time it's been spread across. LeBron kind of took over a little bit, and it's pretty sick. And I'm not gonna lie, it was very close because they still had time left. They pass it in, and Wayne Gabriel got stuffed by the rim a little bit, but also like he was getting like three of the USA guys, like Anthony Edwards. I think Derek White got his hand on the ball. Like it was, we stole one with this game. Those guys were nasty, and I don't know. That was crazy. They have like one of the guys that are like the African League MVP and his team won the championship, like in 2023. So he was crazy. Like he dunked. They one thing you need to watch about this team, and we got to play them in the actual Olympics. We play them game 2, so that's gonna be very interesting because we barely swept by.
Yeah, that's gonna be a game to watch.
those guys are athletic, and AD did not box out this guy. He's a guard. He's not very big. And
Really?
he put back dunked on AD because these guys are crazy athletic. He was just, I don't know, that was crazy to see.
He put back dunk on AD is nuts.
Yep. AD, like, I think AD thought, like, oh, I'm gonna block him. Like he didn't really care about like boxing him out. He's like, oh, if he comes, I'll block him.
Yeah.
No, he didn't block him. He tried. He did not block him.
Damn.
But yeah, that was crazy. That was the closest the games have been. Looking at like the rest of the games, like game 1, we played Canada. We won 86-72. To give you a little more context about Canada's team. That team has Shea, R.J. Barrett, Dylan Brooks, Jamal Murray, Dwight Powell, Kelly Olynyk, Lou Dort, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Andrew Nembhard, Kemp Birch. So like
a lot of players,
a lot of NBA players, and we end up kind of not exactly easily doing it, but by a pretty solid margin took care of that.
Like that was a lot of NBA player names, but that wasn't a lot of NBA bigs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They just like we have Embiid, we have AD. Like, by the way,
speaking of that, Embiid, have you seen it? Have you seen Embiid playing?
I was gonna say, yeah, is Embiid kind of like out of shape or something? Or
I think Embiid's is trying to play an NBA game in a FIBA league because the rules are different. Things are different. The way they call stuff, like,
yeah,
it's he like I saw a couple clips and I've watched a couple of the games. Like AD is like significantly playing better than he is because AD isn't doing the things like the NBA where like maybe you can get away with flopping. Embiid's trying to do the same stuff and it's not working.
and it's not Embiid's game.
No.
He should be a powerful monster to back down and have touch to his game, but dang. He wants the free points, dude. I'm telling you. He gets the most free throws in NBA history, bro.
I hate watching Sixers games.
He milks them things.
I don't know. He's kind of getting a little exposed. I don't know, like if you can really say this guy's the best center in the in the league.
Whoa. Who said that?
He's usually in the conversation. You know what I mean? He's usually. I mean, okay, Jokic. Sorry, Jokic is one. So like,
I was gonna say Jokic is one.
Right. I agree.
Jokic has a chip.
Yes. But I don't know. Just the way I think he's perceived is gonna be very different for the people that are seeing this USA stuff compared to him in the NBA.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, why isn't Embiid playing? Why isn't Embiid playing more? Well, he stinks.
And AD like game 1 had 4 blocks. Like AD has been, and he's quicker with his feet. He is overall just I think the better fit to play. And then you have Bam who isn't gonna foul bait, a guy who can play defense. He's also quick on his feet with these guys that are gonna get and run to the paint fast. I mean, I don't know. I think Embiid's still definitely like I'm not trying to completely dog him, but like he ain't looking good. He ain't looking good.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways,
Too bad for Embiid.
This is the second closest game. Game 2, we played Australia. Australia did have quite a bit of NBA talent too. Dyson Daniels, Josh Giddey, Josh Green, Dante Exum, Patty Mills, and then John Landell dropped 20 points, by the way. Which is very surprising. Because, like, you're thinking of our bigs. But John Landell, I don't know. And then Joe Ingles and Matt Dellavedova are 2 guys that I saw, like, on the stat sheet. But they didn't play a lot.
Yeah, I see.
But those guys are NBA guys that play in the NBA for 10-plus years.
Yep.
So I think when Paris Olympics comes, they're probably going to be playing. They're probably just not too worried about playing them now.
Yeah, probably not.
But I didn't catch a lot of that game, to be honest. That's just a game that talking about Team USA so far and stuff like that. Now, against Serbia. Serbia is Jokic.
Yep, Serbia's Jokic.
We beat them 105-79.
Dang.
Now, Jokic did his thing, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. But besides Jokic,
2 assists is not Jokic.
yeah, I mean, it might just be that, he doesn't have the talent around him that really, to make it like that.
Yeah.
The only NBA guy that they have is Pokashevsky.
Oh,
And then the rest of the guys is Serbian pros.
that's crazy.
That was the game that Curry dropped like 24, 18, or 8
Oh,
from
Jokic is
13.
hard, bro.
No. And, I mean, I don't know. We got game 1 of Paris is Serbia. So, not to say that, but
Ooh, you want the smoke, Yoke?
yeah, we're going to be taking down Yoke, and I think we can do it in convincing fashion again.
I think we should. We should be able to. Unless he literally becomes a one-man single team. Then we should be able to.
Like 50-point triple-double us, or not even triple-double. Just
I see it happening, bro. He does that stuff.
He does that shit. I don't know, but and then we already talked. This is the last game that has happened. The South Sudan one, they just finished today. That was crazy. We already talked about it though, but those guys are gonna be scary. Game 2 in Paris, like,
come on, bro. LeBron.
I mean, those
just
guys like.
And I got cheer for LeBron. So
What'd you say?
you just have to cheer for MJ for the Olympics, and I got cheer for LeBron.
Yeah.
Come on, LeBron. Darius Brown.
This is the last one. He's probably gonna. I don't think he's doing
40.
2028.
Yeah.
So
He's not playing at 43 probably in the Olympics.
no, he could. I bet he could. I bet he could be a. Even if he's not playing in the NBA.
He could. He definitely could.
Right.
But he's probably not.
And then the last exhibition game is Germany, and Germany, they have some NBA talent too. I bet Mo and Franz, Wagner. You got Dennis Schroeder, and then you have Isaac Bonga, who did play like sometime in the NBA, and then Daniel Tice. So, I mean, the names of course don't make sense, right? We should every time we're the best team on paper, but then you saw what happened with JT Thor and Gabriel with South Sudan, and the game was close as crap. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah, Daniel Tice is not JT Thor.
That 3, bro, you have to look that up. That was kind of, I mean, I don't know, it wasn't that crazy, but it was pretty nasty. Like, for, like, the moment, and they're relatively, like, newly, because I was watching, they were talking about, like, they're relatively new into, like, having a team going to the Olympics. Like,
yeah.
This would have been, like, a giant, like, this would have been, like, huge upset win for them. And you could tell they were, like I was seeing like fans that were courtside like grabbing like towels and smacking like they're pissed that they did not win that game. They felt like we stole that shit.
Damn.
But
come back, bro. That's the scary thing is they have nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
We do.
The basketball, like, I don't know, this is a Team USA brand. We're expected to win. Especially, like, we loaded up. For the most part, we load up. Yeah, Kawhi dipped at the last minute. Derek White is still looking like he's been solid, though. I'm not going to lie, for his role.
I'd like to have seen Jaylen Brown instead of Derek White.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Jaylen Brown was Conference Finals MVP, and Jaylen Brown was Finals MVP.
Yes.
Jason Tatum got the invite to the Olympics, but Jaylen Brown did not. But his teammate got invited as a substitution for Kawhi.
I don't know, bro. To be fair, too, Jalen Brunson's at home. Kyrie's at home. Like, after watching Brunson, by the way, this playoffs run, I don't know. I think I would have picked Brunson. I know the versatility Derek White gives you, but Brunson was crazy.
Oh. I would take Brunson every day over Derek White, bro. Brunson is like a bona fide demon now, bro.
And you have Halliburton that could play that Derek White role too. You know what I mean?
I forgot they had Tyrese. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not saying it's the perfect Team USA. I think that they definitely could have made things a little bit better. Could have had a little more star power.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Cade Cunningham will be headlining the 2028 Team USA. I'm
Hopefully,
excited for that.
hopefully he will.
I think he turned down being on the. I don't know. I think he turned something. I think he turned down being on the FIBA team last year. You know, because they do the FIBA league, but they don't like in between the Olympic years. He turned it down to prep for the season. Hilariously enough, that went very well.
That was a season injury.
I don't. You know, I can't. I don't remember. I think so. I think it was.
We didn't win any of the season. We didn't win
either or. Go play for Team USA, bro. Come on.
Yeah, let's do it. Just do it. You ain't. That's for sure.
But we haven't talked about it on the podcast since it happened. It's officially official that Cade Cunningham is signing his extension.
Yes.
So he's a Piston for the next 5 years. It's like $260 million.
For life.
And as long as what?
He's going to get another 5 after that.
Bro, you can wait. You can see the poster. You don't know everyone else don't know, but you know the signed jersey in my closet. And I would not want anything more than that man to be a Piston for his entire career. But we need to definitely pick things up, because if we do not, we'll be looking at a scary thought.
All right.
Of
talk about that. Let's go through some stats of our summer league, of some of the summer league debuts for a lot of these players.
Absolutely. So we are 2-2. We have one more summer league game. We're 2-2 in the summer league. We lost game 1 to the Sixers. We beat the Rockets in game 2, beat the Bulls in game 3, and then lost the Knicks by 1 point the last game.
Oh man, that's tough.
Yeah,
maybe shot better from the field, right?
And we'll get to that. So with that being said, Ron Holland, the 5th overall pick.
The 5th overall pick, folks.
And in the 3 games he's played, he's averaging 29 minutes a game. He's averaging 17.3 points, 7.3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.3 turnovers, so a positive to assist to turnover ratio, a steal, 1.3 blocks, and that all sounds great, right? Right, Wes?
Sounds great. Sounds so good when you say it like that. But how well is he shooting? He must be shooting pretty good if he's averaging 17 points a game.
Absolutely. 37% from the field and 18% from 3 on 3.7 3-point attempts a game. I'm going to let you go off first. You're the one that has the strong opinion about it. I will go next. I think I have a softer opinion on it, but
well, just give us Cody Williams stats, who was like the 10th pick compared to the 5th pick, who was seen as possibly a top 5, maybe number 1 prospect in this draft a few months before the draft. What is he doing right now?
Cody is same amount of minutes, 15 points, 2.3 assists, 3 rebounds. He's shooting 54% from the field, 37.5% from 3. I think it was on 6 attempts. I don't think I wrote that down. Forgot to write that down. I'm pretty sure it was 6 attempts. It was more attempts than Ron Holland. He's shooting 88% from the free throw line, which is very, obviously free throw shooting is something that's very implemental with good shooting. You know what I mean? And then 1 block and a 0.3 steals.
I don't really have too much, but I'm not gonna lie. Like this is the 3rd, 5th overall pick that cannot score efficiently around Cade Cunningham. I personally don't have any idea how that ever makes sense in your entire mind. Sure, pick one guy who's a defensive monster. Boom, Lasar Thompson, right? But Ivy, you messed him up So now he's in a slump of shooting. Asar can't shoot. And Ron Holland, well, 37% from the field and 18% from three. That's not really shooting, is it? Now either. That's just chucking bricks. Throwing. Like, how many shot attempts is he on? Scoring 17. He's got to be over his attempts on points. He's got to be over his points.
I want to say that was like, he was at 13. I think it was around 13. So he was under. He's getting 3 throws. That's the thing that is he's got good draw foul. He's got like 4 3 throws a game.
What was his percentage from free throws? Oh, 66, all right.
Yeah, mostly.
So he's shooting 66% from three. I just don't understand why. I get it. You brought in Tobias Harris to score more. Great. I love it. But Tobias Harris is older. He's not going to last for Cade's 5 years that he's here. You know what does? A rookie that you draft at 5 that has bird ears. Ooh. Now imagine. You get a 20-point per game scorer who's only has higher potential every year and shoots efficiently, who has the size to have good defense, already averaging a block around Cade. You don't need him to rebound. You just drafted our other guy, Bobby Klintman, who's a 6'10 monster, who is also shooting way better than Ron Holland, by the way. If you would have swapped him for Ron Holland, I wouldn't even be mad.
The redrafts do, like, people are doing redrafts of, like, after Summer League, just like, and Bobby jumped into the first round.
Yes, I can totally see that. What are his stats right now?
Bobby Klintman, that is our second round pick for everyone that does not know. He is a 6'10 man from, I believe, Spain. I want to say he's from Spain. He is in the 4 games averaging 11.3 points, 8.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and he is diming up at some pretty alarming rates. For the post for all the video podcast listeners, I'm gonna put that pass like up right now so you can see his ridiculous throw behind his head pass. With that being said, also another positive assist to turnover ratio with 4 assists, 2.5 turnovers. He has a steal a game and 0.3 blocks. He's shooting 42% from 3, but the kicker is he's shooting 40% from 3 with 6.3 attempts. Most of his shots have been behind the arc. So that's going to apply why the field goal percentage is closer to 40.
I mean, 6'10 and can shoot. It sounds like Miles Turner or something. I don't know, you know?
The only thing is maybe the blocks is like where you're like, I'm kind of like.
I mean, he's 10, bro. I think it'll come.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like Cody Williams is a pretty long, lanky guy who's a good, he's a forward position, you know? He's about like 6'6", 6'7", mm-hmm. Cody Williams is. So, and he's on 0.3 steals, but he's got 1 block. I'm sure his steals will go up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
and I think the numbers overall aren't anything, because one thing, my defense of all this stuff, right, is I will say it is Summer League, and that is something that we do want to remember that. And I want to make it clear that we're not going to just brush over Ron Holland's struggles, because of course he's always available for criticism. But I think Ron Holland was very aggressive, and I think he was almost too aggressive. And I think that probably won't be as big of a deal when it comes to having shots created for him in the regular season. We don't know how much run he's going to get in the NBA in the regular season. We don't know. And
but if you had Cody Williams instead, would you expect to see him playing? Especially after the Summer League debut.
I think with the shooting, you'd have to think that they would. It's similar to Bobby. You're kind of making yourself need to be in the idea of shooting and being in some sort of role for sure.
Yeah.
I think that.
Because even like we were talking about moving the asset to get something else that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We still get a player that we're like in the top 5 that we're like, well, he probably won't start that much. It's like, come on, bro. I just feel like we're repeating the same cycle. And we're saying, okay, this is a cycle. And it's never seeming like it's going to be even close to the cycle, bro. Like, not even close. Like, I don't see, like, a lineup where you're throwing Stu and you're throwing around Holland and you're throwing out Asar or Ivy even, because Ivy's so questionable to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if Ivy can be that guy and like create efficiently, I love it. But dang, it's gotta happen though. It's gotta happen, or else it's rough, dude.
Yeah.
Because I'm not about to be watching Ron Holland out there go for every dunk in the book and miss. Trying to miss that. We already watched Stu for like so many years miss every layup he's trying to take, bro. Like, come on. And they were trying to say he's a shooter. Like, come on, bro. I don't know. It's crazy to me.
I will say, I think the Ron Holland pick's going to get its rebate in 2 to 3 years. I think is the best you're going to see. Yeah, that's when you see your return. And I know that's not something you and I think a lot of Pistons fans don't want to hear. Because a lot of Pistons fans are staring at the 14-win barrel.
I don't want to hear it because there's other guys that don't give me that same window that I'm seeing right now. Like, that we could have had. It's the same story with picking Killian over Tyrese. Like, when you're watching history, bro, just repeat it. How many fifth picks have we had? plus a 1. Like, bro, this is getting crazy. And they just don't, none of it's like the outcome of like picking up Victor, even though they did bad. But you have that Victor forward push. You know what I mean? You have that. Like, Cade is like that, but he's had some setbacks and nothing around him to do anything with. Like, shit, dude. Like,
I think this year is going to be better no matter what, just because of the additions we had, right? You know, Tobias Harris and Malik Beasley. I think we can both agree those are going to be plus ads.
yes.
You know what I mean? So I think that's valuable. And I do think that Ron Holland overall, I still believe, I'm far from off his train. I think that with Fred, the biggest thing is Fred Vinson's development. If Fred Vinson...
I'm not off the train either, but the path is unraveling itself, and it's looking like the same path I walked through yesterday. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I am
you're
just
not wrong. That's why my initial reaction was my initial reaction. And then that was without really the idea of truly dissecting the Fred Vinson edition with it and then really thinking about it super hard. It's scary because there's a world that if Asar and Ron Holland can't shoot, they're not going to be able to play together, and that's 2 5th overall picks that can't play together.
It's not even a world, dude. It's a reality because there's a lot of players that get coaching to be able to shoot that can't get coached to shoot because they can't shoot. They just can't shoot. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, they probably can shoot, but they can't shoot consistently enough. You know what I mean? And Asar is definitely one of those cases. If you watch him shoot, it's just not consistent enough. It's just really janky of a looking shot. Like, it's just not
got the little hitch.
Yeah. It's just not a pure shooting form. That's for sure.
Yeah. Fred Vinson has a fucking task and a half in front of him to fix. But I think the Bobby Klintman thing is going to make that a little bit easier. I think he's gonna be fighting to not be in the G League because second round picks are usually in the G League. I think he's going to be fighting to be in the rotation or close to it.
I would, if Ron plays 15 minutes and Bobby plays 15 minutes and Ron is like to almost bad and Bobby is like good, are you benching Ron and playing, well, not benching, but starting more Bobby? You playing more Bobby Klintman?
I think you have to not exactly diminish a Ron Holland, but you need to elevate your Bobby if he's doing very well. You know what I mean?
Well, what position is Bobby playing for us?
I think it is a forward position. They are in a very similar spot.
And you got Simone, and you got Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
You got to start.
And then you have Ron, that's kind of that in between, which you can maybe put him at a shooting guard if you really want to, but he's in primary positions. It's a forward.
put Ron at shooting guard, then
I
you
know,
really
I
do.
know, but what I'm saying, I know, but Hamidou Diallo, and I'm not saying we're Hamidou Diallo, but that type of archetype, maybe, well, right now, you can't shoot, you can still be very useful at a guard spot.
Bro brings
And
up like Hamidou Diallo comparison for our 5th overall pick.
I know, it doesn't sound...
Like, Cody Williams would be a starting player on this team, bro, at the small forward position. You can play a start power forward and be small ball, or you can play him off the bench and have good defense. Like, and he would be able to shoot around Cade. You could I just see like good. It seems a lot makes a lot of sense. And you have extra. It's not just that you have we have some guy. We have the guy that on the bench can shoot. No, our starting guys shoot and our bench shoots. You know what I mean? Like that's how NBA teams are now, though. Like that's required now, and we haven't taken one step that direction. Hello, John. Have you not watched James Wiseman? Have you not watched us trading for Marvin Bagley, Hamidou Diallo, signing Killian Hayes? Like, bro, I can go on, bro. And then,
fuck.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm just trying. I'm trying to see this. I'm trying to see Ron Holland as hopefully like better than Marvin Bagley. Because his archetype looks to be about the same. Doesn't shoot efficiently. Can't get threes. Can go to the paint and score. Maybe has some defense. But like, dang, bro. Like, he's not going to create a shot off of pull-ups and step backs or any threes. Like,
I think we're gonna see more of the off the dribble when it comes to getting to the rack, though. I think that's his game, and we both know that's his game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Off dribble, he has more off dribble getting to the rack, yes, than Marvin. But I mean, a 2 is a 2, bro. Like, it's
I know you're saying
thing going on.
I don't know. He's definitely. We went for the ceiling play. We did not go for the fit play, right? And the ceiling play is hopefully that if he can get a shot, the guy who averaged 20 points per game with the G League Ignite can average 20 points per game in the league. You know what I mean?
Have we not gone for the ceiling play these past 3 years, though? And not
Ivy specifically, of course. Yes. I. Do you think Asar was a ceiling play at 5?
I think Asar is a ceiling play. We talked about his generational looking defense out of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
If you add any consistency in driving or shooting and making good reads and passes, like, dude, which he's improving at. Obviously, the shooting has not yet to be seen. But, I mean, I would say he was a ceiling play.
Mm-hmm.
His brother went before him, and they're essentially the same build, you know? So, with different ways they go about things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we didn't go for the shooter. That's for damn sure. We did not go for the shooters.
We will see. I think that the hope is one of these guys can be able to pick something up from Fred Vinson to be a shooter. Fred Vinson, remember, Lonzo Ball was a very bad shooter with Los Angeles. I understand that he did have promise in college, but
Lonzo
completely
Ball
changed.
Later to LaMelo Ball.
Okay. But what I'm saying is I think that overall we are probably going to get our rebate on Ron Holland in a couple of years, and I think in that time he's going to be a guy that could be the second scoring option on this team. So
I love that. I love that because we're going to see. It's going to be great to see how this actually turns out.
Hey, this shit's on the internet, dude.
I'm telling you, bro. If
we're gonna be on podcast episode like 50.
If you're right, every single thing went right for the Pistons, by the way, which has not happened in the past 5 years.
You're right, but there's a new regime. Nothing went right for the Lions. Nothing went right for the Lions for 50 years. Take
Yes.
the right regime.
That is true.
It's depending on how much you believe in Trajan. It's how much you believe in JB Bickerstaff. And we didn't talk about that a lot in the last podcast. We literally talked about it after the podcast. We recorded it. Did we not talk about that? Former Cavs coach. Guy has had, like, this last year, the Cavs are the best defense. That's very enticing. Like, best defensive rating. Defense,
I mean,
at least.
But we don't have a Jared Allen, Evan Mobley combo. Not even close.
But I'm not asking for the best defense. I'm just asking for better than what we had. And
Okay.
I think that's going to happen easily, just from the coaching.
Yep.
And I think the Ron Holland ad, or even just the Asar development, or the roster as it is currently, is better than the defense that you're going to have last year. I think the defense is going to be able to be closer to middle of the pack than last year we were bottom 5.
I'd hope so. Because if you picked Ron Holland, and the best thing he's got right now is defense, and we're not a middle of the pack team, we got more wrong than what we thought, really. Because there's already a lot wrong.
But I think I'm optimistic, but also, like I've said, I'm optimistic, but I'm optimistic really not by choice. I want this to happen really bad.
I'm not trying to say that I don't want them to do good, but like I said before, the entire path is being laid out the same rug and the same carpet that we've just laid out. And we're walking on our head through the same carpet. Like, it's the same thing. And it's just like your defense on Holland can't be, we could play the guard spot kind of like a Hamidou Diallo. Like, that cannot be
I'm
it.
just talking about this year. I'm talking about rookie season. I'm saying because you're talking about fit. And if you're saying that you don't see him fitting in a lot, and where his minutes maybe can come from, if you're not confident it's going to come at the 4 position, I think he's a versatile player. That's why I say that. You know what I mean?
Who's our shooting guards? So Malik. So you would play.
I would not have him at the starting shooting guard position if that's what you're asking. No.
No, but if you were to play him, you'd be playing him over Malik Beasley and Jaden Ivey. You would consciously play Ron Holland over those two.
I think I would be putting Malik Beasley in the starting lineup, and I'd be having Ivy as the point next to a Ron Holland on the bench. I think that's where I'd put that.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying that.
Bench duo.
Yes.
If they ever put on a shooting guard. I'm just saying, bro, like, it's rough. That's
JB
rough.
Bickerstaff is gonna have a squad that I think he can do quite a bit with. And I think that at least the shooting is gonna be better. Tech, to buy the retain of Tech, the add of Malik Beasley for very great value too. I love that signing. And then Tobias Harris.
Malik Beasley can shoot.
At an elite level, dude. Like 7 attempts, 41%.
Yes, Malik Beasley is like elite. But he needs the minutes to get those shots up.
I think there's serious.
Integrated plays. You know what I mean?
I think there's a serious path of Ivy might not. And this is where the Ivy thing comes up, and it's like, do you want him to start or not? And the thing is the starting lineup seems really enticing if you have it like this: Cade at the 1, Beasley at the 2, Asar at the 3, Tobias at the 4, and then either you can, if you Duran's the 5, right? And he's going to be probably the starting 5.
Probably starting Duran, yeah.
But in moments of extra shooting need, Stu could be the undersized 5 for that situation. But starting lineup, you probably have Duran.
Which that's who we think is our backup center this year, right? Is Stu?
Yes.
Stu will be playing center. Okay. This is our bench might come out immediately during the season and get spanked immediately. I'm not gonna lie to you. Our bench might come out and go on an 0-20 run. Like, that might happen.
So the bench right here. Let's lay out. We laid out the starters. Lay out the bench. Okay.
Yep.
With that being said, you would have a Jane Ivey at the point.
So you're starting to at the point you're not thinking about Sasser.
It's tough. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you put Sasser there.
Sasser, Ivy, Ron Holland. You know what I'm saying?
Tech too. Is that what that is?
That defense is terrible. I'm telling you.
Tech is an average defender. Ron is solid at defense.
Defense is buns.
Who's?
That defense is buns. Tech is slow-footed. Stu is slow. Ron Holland is going to be guarding one guy, not five. Ivy can't Ivy's not the worst, but he's also not like anything special. And then what? Sasser is a bulldog a little bit, but geez, bro. We have no.
Do you think the Bickerstaff thing has a? I think Bickerstaff has a bigger role than you're allowing him to have off the rip. You know what I mean?
You think Bickerstaff influences size of players?
I think Bickerstaff can put the players in good positions. I think scheme.
They play?
Well, I mean, schematically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about more schematically. Not. I understand on paper we look kind of small. I know what you're saying.
Well, the bench. The starting line doesn't look that bad at all, but the bench looks a little small.
But I'm not super worried about that because I don't think a lot of teams have. You know what? The 7-footers on the bench or the James Wiseman 7-footers on the bench. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Now, if we're trotting that out as a starting lineup, then we're terrible. We're not going to win a game, and I understand that. That's fair. But with that being our bench, I'm not too concerned because a lot of these benches, the 6th man is not really going to be a guy that's going to kill us with size. Usually the 6th man is a Jordan Poole with the Warriors.
It's usually a good guard or good forward player or something. Like an OG maybe or something. Even OG stuff. But
right. So I don't know. I'm more optimistic, but we'll have to see what we see because honestly, even I don't know if I'm gonna get super optimistic from tapes of seeing Asar and Ron Allen hitting open threes with Fred Vincent and a gym isn't gonna exactly like inspire me just because open threes in practice we've seen Ben Simmons be pulling up from half court and runs, and then you see what he does in the league. It's completely different. The speed is completely different. In game is completely different. I think overall it's a wait and see. That's completely what this rebuild is going to be. But the best thing about this is we know that we have our franchise player, right?
We've known that we had our franchise player since we drafted his ass, bro.
Like, I know, but Tobias Harris is going to be the best player Cade Cunningham has played with, and I know it doesn't sound amazing, but I think that's facts. I
think it is facts.
So, right. That at least most proven. I know, like you can say that you're really high on Duren, but Tobias Harris is a better NBA player than Duren.
Like, I wouldn't. Duren just outright better than Tobias Harris, even at this point. I wouldn't say that.
Right. So I think overall, the Beasley and Tobias and Tech thing is the strongest thing that's got me going right now, and I'm excited to see 3-pointers being made next year. Is what I'm saying. So I think that's going to happen higher rate than last year, and the defense is going to be picked up by the coaching.
But this is what I'm saying. Could you imagine if you had Cody? Could you imagine?
We'll see Cody against NBA talent though too.
What you need is good defense. I mean, sure, I'll give you that. We haven't seen him against NBA talent, but I'm pretty sure shooting translates decently well.
Right. I think that's fair.
Oh, just from what I've seen, if you can shoot and you shoot like that, you probably like that because you can shoot, and that's how it gets. That's the circle of it. Curry shooting from half court, he can because he can shoot like that because he's like that. Wemby don't even have anybody to compete with, so he's at the end of the season like, well, we lost a bunch of games, might as well just do some dumb crap, pull from half court, make a few. Like, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's different.
But speaking of pulling up from half court, let's talk about some of the other guys in the summer league. Reed Shepherd. Some of those clips, especially like the first game, he's just pulling from fucking everywhere. It was.
Yes.
I mean, percentage-wise, he's not shooting the greatest from three, but I think he's taking a lot of fucking deep threes, and I think that he's just trying to really get used to the deep range of the NBA.
Yeah.
He averaged 20 points, 5.3 assists, 4.8 rebounds, 4.8 turnovers, which isn't, that's not great. But
that's not great.
But then you look at his defense, and you get a little horned up with 2.8 steals and 1.3 blocks.
Okay.
50% from the field and 27% from three on 4.5 3-pointers a game.
He's not bad. He's not bad at all.
But, I mean, I think, okay, real quick, not to get on this too long, but is there, like, a world, where do you think he fits on this Rockets squad? There's a lot, there's a good amount of guards.
They're just, like, they wanted to try to be good quickly, and then now they, like, chalked themselves because now they just have a bunch of guards. And they're like, oh, it's trade Jalen Green. Well, it's like, okay. Well, like, I just don't know what Sengun, I guess, but, like, I don't know. I don't know what that team is. That team is weird.
And those guys are both going to be up for rookie extensions, like Cade. We penciled Cade in earlier.
Yeah.
Sengun and Jalen Green have not had their contracts.
Yeah. And is Jalen Green even worth it? You know what I mean? So.
Right.
But is this new guy worth it? I don't know. Mm-hmm. So, that's their decision to decide. I would like to see us make good decisions. You know what I mean? That's like, I'm just trying to, like, think that we can, like, look at a draft and say, we could use good forwards or good anything that can shoot. And then continue with our high overall pick to draft a player that can shoot. But that is yet to be seen.
Honestly, though, the Fred VanVleet contract, right? He's gonna have a team option, so he's gonna be out. They could say no, and then their guards could be a men and Reed.
Yeah.
So that could just be how the path goes too.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyways, let's look at the rest of the guys that were the top prospects. Their summer league performances. Sarr, besides that pull-up three that was all over Twitter, has not exactly had the most hot of summer leagues.
Really
4 games, 5 points, 8 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 2.5 blocks, 0.8 steals, 2.3 turnovers. He's shooting 19% from the field and 11% from three.
19% from the field is bad.
For his size, too, is crazy.
So bad. So just not good. Terrible.
How you feel around Holland now? Looking, I'm kidding.
I mean, they're the ones that got baited on the like Among Us imposter Victor. So I don't know.
I think he's gonna. I don't know. I think people thought he was gonna be Victor, and you know what? I don't think anyone's gonna be Victor, but I think he could still be. I think he's got very high defensive potential for sure. And I think
yes, he could be a very good big that can get you. He can like guarantee you boards and play good defense, like you're saying. Be a Victor stopper almost.
Yeah. And hopefully that 3-point shot develops for him, because if it does, then yay.
How does a 3-point shot develop when the layup shot hasn't developed yet, buddy?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm just saying that pull-up three got a lot of people excited. It looked pretty smooth.
One pull-up three.
But
and you look sick. You drop 50 once, and they're terrible.
All right. Anyways, Donovan Cunningham went to the Blazers. He is averaging 9 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 4.3 blocks, 0.8 steals. But his efficiency is also... The efficiency of these rookies has been struggling. 35% from the field and 23% from three on 3.3 attempts, which honestly, he wasn't touted as a 3-point shooter. I think he's just working on it.
No, he's a very big guy too. He's big. He's huge. Mm-hmm. He's never been known. He wasn't always going to shoot the lights out or anything like that. So I mean, he's fine. He's not even top. He's not even top 5, is he?
I think he was 6 or 7. I want to say he was 6 or 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also. I think they're probably practicing with hope. They probably hope that they can develop a little bit of a 3 to be a little bit respectable. And
Yeah.
summer league's where you do it. So.
Yeah, probably.
Number 1 overall pick. Zachary Vashar has only played 2 games, but in his 2 games, he averaged 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 39% from the field, 25% from 3, but he's shooting 8 threes a game. So he's just shooting at so many threes. And his defensive stats were not really noteworthy. That's why I didn't write them down.
5% from 3, and he's shooting 8 threes a game.
Yes.
He's going 2 of 8 in those games.
Yes.
That's.
I think.
I guess take one more. It looked kind of good. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like NBA stats are weird like that. Like, one more 3 made a game would look way better than one they didn't make.
I'm not putting a lot on. He only played 2 games out of the summer league too. I mean, when he played Sar, he outplayed Sar too. So.
Yeah, he did. He did poop on Sar.
And then lastly, a guy that was also available at 5, Matas Buzelis from the Bulls. We did play and also beat them, so that was pretty sick. It was kind of funny. Ron and him playing the same team, right? And after the game, Ron was like being like, "We beat Matas. We beat giving yeah." But Matas averaged 18 points, 4.3 rebounds, 0.8 assists, 34% from the field, 25% from 3 on 6 attempts from 3. So he
he's not like terrible, but he's definitely not doing as good as I thought he was gonna probably be doing. But all these guys are struggling shooting wise, so
that's why I think I'm just gonna chalk it up with maybe hopefully these guys are developing a little bit differently than most classes. Also, summer league is summer league, like we said, but just the reaction of summer league. This is truly what our reactions of these starts of these guys, and a lot of it's inefficiencies.
The best shooting guy so far is the guy that was supposed to go one a few months before the draft.
Yeah, but
so that tells you something about messing with who you think is going to go first, I guess. But
I think we're going to get to the Lions. We have not talked about the Lions for a little bit now on this podcast. Kind of just covering, it's been a lot of Pistons. It's been a lot of Red Wings with a little bit of stuff like that.
MLB.
Yes. Yep. So the Lions, of course, when the season's going on, oh man, we're going to be talking so much Lions, dude. Also, the Fantasy Football League, we are working on it. It's expanding. We're making so much money off this league that we have to expand. But with that being said, our 12-team league will be definitely being talked about on the podcast. And we'll definitely be talking fantasy football. So that's going to be awesome. It's super fun. But with that being said, the Lions over-unders. First, let's talk about their win total. I want to ask you, everything but what I wanted to say. What do you think the expected win-loss is? Just to make it clear for, the betting things, they do the 0.5 after because, so you have to do over-under, right?
Probably 12.5 or 13.5 wins. That's what I think they have.
The win-loss projection it's the 3rd highest. I think a lot of times these sportsbooks do go a little more conservative, but it's 10.5. Oh,
I'm smacking the over.
I think I'm smacking the over as well.
I'm putting a band on the over.
With that being said, we are the 4th in odds for the Super Bowl, so that's.
I hope we get 10
cool.
or 4th in odds for the bowl. Like, jeez,
yes.
dude.
Yes.
If we don't, it's a failure. That's what it is.
Yes. If we miss the playoffs this year, it's completely a failure.
Yeah.
It's 100% a failure. I did see this analyst on ESPN, but he's a known Bears fan. He's very biased.
Oh.
He had the Bears projection at 12-5 last year, if that gives you any indication. He had us getting swept by the Bears, and he had us ending 10-7 and squeaking into the playoffs and losing a majority of the division games.
That didn't happen, did it? We went.
Mm-hmm.
They did not.
Yes.
They hit 10.
Yeah. Well, the 10 is what he's actually projecting for this year too, though. You know what I mean?
You're projecting 10 for us
This year.
again.
What I was saying was for this year. Sorry, I said it a poor way.
Oh.
The projections that I said were this year. The Bears is what he said last year.
Okay.
So he had us losing away at Lambeau. I think he had us losing a game to the Vikings, and then he had us getting swept by the Bears. So it's like 2-4 in the division.
Yeah, that's not great.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But I just thought it was funny. I saw it on Twitter. I'm like, but this guy, his name's Adam Rank. For all that don't know, I don't know about that guy. I don't know about that guy. But these betting odds, over under Jared Goff passing yards 4,025. To give you
he throws over that.
Last year he threw 4,500.
Yeah, he throws that this year.
I think so as well. And also Goff, he's a guy that doesn't really doesn't usually get hurt. Just knocking on that was the quickest word I could find. Because the second I start saying, oh, he doesn't get hurt, week 2 he just fucking tears his Achilles, Aaron Rodgers style, and we're fucked for the year. So no, we're not talking about that. With that being said, JMO, obviously something that's going to be huge this year, getting a full off season, full prep, and then going to start week 1 instead of having to do the off season prep and then wait 4 weeks. His over under is 650 yards. Last year he finished with 354. Would you hit the over or under on 650 yards for JMO?
I'm hitting the over, and I'm saying JMO touches 1,000 yards this year.
That'd be insane.
But it's so possible. It's so possible.
Just the jump, and I think it is definitely not something that is not possible. Goff is going to be throwing a lot of balls,
and JMO can make each one a 50-yard play. You know what I mean? He can get yards, bro.
I think that I'm hitting the over as well. I think I'm going to be a little bit more. I think he's going to get around 850 because I think Laporta is going to get a big bump in yards as well.
Laporta could take a lot of the weight. I don't care. Everybody gets 1,000.
But the one that I think I'm smashing the over on because of the big play is he had 3 touchdowns last year. The over under is 3.5. I think I'm smashing the over on that for total touchdowns.
On JMO?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The big play.
The big play. The money shot. The touchdown throw.
Exactly. I think that he is maybe not even going to be a huge, he's not going to be a high receptions guy like Amon-Ra. It's going to be a good amount of yards, but his yards are going to come with touchdowns. That's how it's going to be. Because you're not going if he gets open in the open field and you give him open grass, you're not going to catch him. Guy,
that's what I'm saying.
I really wish he.
That's why I think if they just scheme him in, they throw him more. Bro, there's no way. There's no way, bro.
If he was healthy at the combine, I really am curious what his 40 time would be. But also, if he was healthy at the combine, we aren't drafting him because he's not making it to us. So,
yeah.
I think he is the first wide receiver off the board without a torn ACL. So, now going to Laporta. Laporta, we just talked about him. He had 889. Their over-under is 825.
He's over. He's over. I think he gets just as many receptions, if not more. So, because he's that blanket. He's shown that he's safety. He still needs that blanket. By the way, smash you over on his touchdowns too. He's probably gonna have like 10 touchdowns.
His over under for touchdowns is 7.5. So
Yeah,
he had 10 last year.
I'm probably going with he's gonna probably at least have 8. You would think.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think that's my prediction as well. I think next episode we can come back. I wanted to do this episode, and the next podcast we'll do our like, let's walk into like numbers we have prepared of like Goff's gonna throw this much, Amon-Ra's getting this much. You know what I mean?
yeah.
With that being said, Amon-Ra, his over under is 1250. So he had 1500 last year.
He's at 1250. Yeah, he's probably hitting the over because Amon-Ra went through an oblique injury and still hit the goal that he had written down on a piece of paper that he looked at every game. He still hit the goal for touchdowns and yards, and he also has the names of every single wide receiver that was drafted above him on that paper as well. The man is crazy, but he's crazy in the best way.
Yes, and I'm glad that we tied up that extension because
Yeah.
If he wears another jersey ever, I'm gonna be so sad.
Yeah.
He should never wear a different jersey.
St. Brown should never wear another jersey, bro. Him and Panay, you would think him, Panay, and Hutch, they should just be locked for this team, bro.
Yep, those are the three that if they wear another jersey, something went really wrong.
It's crazy, yeah, that'd be crazy.
And then Amon-Ra is the same 7.5 touchdowns like Laporta.
Feasting. We're feasting this year. I promise you we're feasting.
We're thinking very similar. All these ones that you're saying over, I'm gonna say over. I'm saying over as well.
They did it last year, and we're better. Like, bro.
And injury wise, I just don't think that's gonna happen because we got guys that are gonna play through injury like that.
Yes.
St. Brown did not televise that he had that oblique injury. He was just a badass in the background doing it. Missed like one game out of the season with that.
And now that you know after, it's hella impressive. Like,
yes. And it makes him look way more like a badass because he's not looking for attention with I'm playing through injury. He's doing it and he's putting his head down, he's grinding. I love that shit.
Head on the line, bro.
And then there was no Gibbs props that I saw. I saw
We'll make those up with the other stuff.
Lonnie, 8.5 yards. 8.5 touchdowns. What do you think? Over under, he had 10 last year.
8.5 touchdowns for Monty. I'm going to have to...
He had 10 last year.
But he's the goal line guy, though. You would think if they want to run on the goal line, you run Monty, probably. But we have so many options, and we might throw it more just because those options are getting better and improving. We're probably going to throw it to him more. So I'm going with the under for Monty, 8.5 on the touchdowns, which means Gibbs' touchdowns could be up as well. But we already said the other guy's touchdowns might be up. So it could be different. I don't know.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. Monty still has that same very important role, but he just maybe is not the primary running option at the end zone every single time. Maybe he is. Maybe we just stick to that because that's what we like, though. Because that is what we like to do, is just continue to demonstrate that we can run on you so that you're scared of or that you don't guard the overtop as much, and the stuff to the middle. Because we love the middle. We love getting dodged to the middle, getting some nice chunk plays. So,
yeah. I think I like that. I think that's probably going to be the over, and I don't want to sound like a broken record with all these overs. It's just the only reason I think this, and maybe the under makes sense, is because Monty did miss games this season. If he misses more, because we have Gibbs that we're Monty, relax, bro. Listen, you're hurt. Let's not risk it. Let's hold you for the playoffs, and Gibbs takes over a little bit more. Then that's how I see that scenario. I think it's either or, but I think I'm gonna smash the overs because I think
I could see them even switching out some Monty goal line runs for Gibbs instead, just because they want to switch it up. Not even saying that they would need to use the other weapons in different positions to not take those away from Monty. It could be his own position, taking that away from him just because we're progressing. You know what I mean?
And with Simone Vaki, he
Yes.
is a hybrid use player. Maybe there's times that he gets thrown in there.
He might get used, which would be fun I think a 3-back system, walk. And Craig Reynolds was a beast last year when he needed to be. Walk away. Walk away. And our O-line's better. Ooh. Oh, we're nasty, bro.
The question is, do you think that we have which of the two running backs has 1,000 yards, or do you think it's both of them? I don't think both. Yeah, Gibbs has it.
Oh yeah. Gibbs is that weapon. Yeah. Monty is for consistency. Gibbs is a weapon.
I'm excited to see this. I think I'm gonna smash. I don't know what the prop. There's no prop for it, but receiving yards, I think I'm smashing the over on that for him, just because I think they're gonna use him a lot more.
They could.
At least what they can do it now for this year, even though I don't have Gibbs on my fucking fantasy team. But before, he's gonna be a PPR monster, and he was great. Don't get it wrong, but I traded him early to get some other, and I got a CD, and I'm happy. But yeah, I'm just saying,
probably one of the biggest hauls you can get for Gibbs. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, I was very happy, but
bad haul.
It hurt watching him just put up like 28 fantasy points a game, just knowing that like it's a Lions dude. And,
Oh, I hate fantasy. Why did we play that?
By the way, Teron Arnold is 5th in Defensive Rookie of the Year odds. Hutch is 6th in DPOY. And I couldn't find anything for Hutch, but what do you think of the over-under of 15.5 sacks?
Hutch, we hitting the over because we bolster our stuff. I'm not gonna lie. And you were talking about some Judon rumors at the beginning of this video. So if anything like that even remotely close happen, the whole D-line is feasting, bro.
And don't forget DJ Reader.
Hey Reader, bro. I know DJ Reader there, bro. That's what I'm saying over, bro, because it's there. The way for it to happen is so there. Yeah. Houston back from injury. All these.
Davenport,
bro. Yes.
I'm excited. It's gonna be great. Next season is going to be so much fun. Please, everyone, stay healthy. Please.
Please.
Because
all the most important guys stay healthy, please. We do have some depth. If you want to take a game or two off, you can do that. Rest up. Get healthy.
Yes.
Keep going. Come on, bro. Come on. We're here. People be dogging on us, and you're like, Hutch, 6th in the race for DPOY. Oh, Teron Arnold, 5th in the race for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Penei Sewell, the best lineman in the whole league, bro. We get the best line in the whole league, bro. We got freaking the best running back going in the whole league, bro. We got some of the best receivers coming up in the whole league, bro. We got some of the best depth in the whole league, bro. We got some of the best line in the whole league, bro. Like, what else do you want, dude? Come on. This is it. We got one of the best tight ends in the league, bro. Like, come on. Come on.
And it's going to be exciting to see Rake Shaw and Terry Arnold both go.
Oh, yeah, Rake Shaw and Arnold. I forgot. Oh, you lost me. I got Rake Shaw and Arnold, dude. Yes, I forgot we have Rake Shaw. Oh, my. We're so bolstered. Oh, my gosh.
And Amik's the dog, too. You still got that crazy secondary, too.
Oh,
Branch, Iffy, Kirby.
We're so stacked.
But we started this podcast off a little sour with Pistons talk. But we need to talk more Lions. Just have the happy part of this podcast come out.
But dude, low key though, the way our team is made up right now, we might be one of the sauciest teams in the league, bro. I don't even care, bro. We're more saucy than a team with Sauce Gardner on it. That's how crazy it is, bro. Like, bro,
I'm excited. Next year is gonna be one of the best years I've ever had as a Lions fan, and it's gonna be. I'm so excited, and the expectations are so high. But I think that this is actually a year that it can be met.
Bro, in our keeper league, my first pick of the first round will probably be Sam Laporta, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That is a onesie position that will beat out everybody else's onesie position, except for maybe Kelsey and your Mark Andrews sometimes. But every week, I will have point advantage on you, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
With that keeper, bro, Bijan and CD is gonna be tough. I'm gonna leave the answer until we are draft night. I'm not saying it.
You're just gonna leave it till then. You're just gonna be like, well,
It's gonna be a gut check.
oh my gosh, bro. Bijan and CD, I probably.
It's keeper, and I can keep him.
If you care about this year, in like the next 2 years, I'd probably keep CD. If you care about having that solid running back position always there, and you know you can get wide receivers, and you want to run back for like 8 years, 9 years, you just keep Bijan. You know what I mean? That's how you gotta kind of look at that. Because like CD, you know, you don't know what could happen with Dak or the Cowboys, how that plays out. But CD for the next foreseeable 2-3 years is probably gonna do pretty close to what he did this year.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a guy who likes to roll the dice, so
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm torn because every time I want to say Bijan, I remembered what CD did last year.
Yes, bro. I know that's tough. Hey, I got Jeff, and I got nothing else really, so I'm going.
You had a clean slate, and then the best wide receiver in the league. I think I like your scenario.
Oh, it's such a good scenario.
We might have.
Shout out to Schmidt.
That was ridiculous. That last draft was so stupid. I don't know what he did, but maybe if he keeps Patty, he wants a stable quarterback. I don't know, bro.
Was he stable? He was so stable last year, wasn't he? With the least explosive offense in the entire league. Yeah. Number 1 pick.
I think he's gonna, but if he doesn't keep him, which I wouldn't be surprised, but if he doesn't keep him, and he's available, he might actually have a good year next year, fantasy wise, because the weapons are added significantly. You know what I mean? I think that Wesley's phone has died. So, alright. 1 second. Okay, guys, so I'm not gonna lie, the mobile podcast does leave us susceptible to issues, and the issue is Wesley's phone died. So with that being said, we're getting close to the end of the podcast anyways. So with that being said, guys, we're going to probably wrap it up here. And yeah, but with that being said, guys, thank you so much for sticking with us. Let me know down below, let both of us know down below, what did you think of our topics? What do you think about the Pistons Summer League? What do you think about the Lions next year, bro? Every time we talk about the Lions, it's just so great. It's so awesome, and we're very excited. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much again for watching this podcast. Have a great day. Stay safe. Enjoy life. And we'll see you in the next podcast videos of ours. Peace.